What's good, YouTube? It's Lil Ken in the cut. We back at it again with another motherfucking video. And today I'm coming to you with part 2 of how it all happened. Yeah. Alright, to jump straight into this video, you know how I said in part 1 that to remember that girl AJ, that Mars had said that he liked her LED lights because he got some. Well, Mars also said that Caleb was too grown to have LED lights in his room, but he had some. Fast forward to part 2. Alright. This is when with part 2, this is after they was messing with me or whatever. They continued to keep messing with me. After they couldn't get nothing out of me, they messed with Aaliyah. Which they didn't call her Aaliyah because Aaliyah told them her name was Ariana. Her name was Ariana. Which I don't know what the hell made her think of Ariana. But they call her Ariana now. So everybody had their own little nicknames or whatever. And this is when AJ comes in the picture. So AJ comes in the picture. I was like, before she comes in the picture, I said, y'all, this girl wants to FaceTime me. I'm finna add her in the call. Because, mind you, I ain't added nobody in the call with me. I ain't added nobody in the FaceTime call. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna add somebody. So I add AJ. And I was like, I'm finna add you in this call real quick with like a whole bunch of people. And I don't know if you don't like it, you can leave. But if you like it, I mean, I guess you can stay. I don't really care what you do. Boom. So she comes in and I was like, AJ, this everybody, this AJ. I'm being nice and stuff. Boom. And she tells who she is. And Mars and Samaja asks where she from, right? She tell them where she from and what she doing and da-da-da-da. Well, Quay comes in Quay comes in the call and Quay comes in the motherfucking call and tells, and was like, who is that? I ain't never heard that voice before. And she was like, no, my name is AJ, da-da-da-da. Well, knowing Quay being Quay, he had something to say. And he was like, I got a question. But before he said he had a question, she had left because she had to go do something. So she had left. And he was like, when she had left, they started talking about her and about how active she is. And how many people she done been around and all that other stuff. Well, I called AJ and was like, yo, they talking about you. I don't know if you want to get back in the call or not. But if you do, that's up to you. I'm not really too much tripping. But I'm just going to let you know that they talking about you. So you can't say that I didn't tell you that they was talking about you. She said, all right, good looking. And then I added Quay to the call, the individual call with me and her. Because Quay said he had a question for her. So I was like, I'm finna add Quay in here because he said that he had a question and I don't want him to do you dirty in front of everybody. So I added him to the call. He get to ask her question. He asked his question. And then they kept ringing us back into the call. Well, we get back into the call afterwards. And they, after we get done personally talking to AJ, then they tell them that, they told AJ all that they was talking about her and this. Samaja said, yeah, we was talking about you. Mars said, hey, yeah, I had something to say about it too, da-da-da-da-da. And Quay was like, yeah, you already know what the fuck I had to say because I said it to you. And she was like, yeah, I'm cool with it or whatever, da-da-da-da. And the next day, it had to been like the next day or something. They was all little kiki and they all do the little, they still reading, they still checking, they still beefing. And some mess happened again. I ain't gonna make this part 2 real long because I can't really remember too much, but it's like I know enough. To fast forward it, Quay and Samaje, cut this bitch out. Alright, to fast forward the story, Samaje had got a text from one of Quay's people talking about you're a fan and why you got all my pictures and why you screenshotted my pictures to send it to people and all this other stuff. Not knowing that blank sent blank their stuff to do all of that, to be messy and do all of that. They did that. And they know who they are. And I don't know why they wanted to not say do name, but they said not to say name. So I didn't. So after blank texted Samaje snapped back and said, I'm gonna put the little screenshots in there. Yeah. But that's what Samaje said. Samaje come call me. No. Quay calls me. Tells me to add Samaje in there because blank want to talk to Samaje. Tell him that he needs to stop being a fan and that he need to get his punk ass on somewhere with all that other stuff. So I didn't have Samaje's stuff at the time because I just didn't save it in my phone. So Quay asked Samaje and he found his thing on the little contact name, whatever. And Quay adds him. Well, blank and Samaje, they go back and forth through the phones. I'm talking about dude was on a whole nother phone. Samaje was on one phone. And they was going through other people's phone just to get their conversation out. Or whatever. I'm not paying attention. I'm not listening. It had nothing to do with me. I was just there because I had an attitude.
And that's
so I was just
period.
There. And old dude, blank, kept asking me questions like I knew what the fuck was going on. No, baby, I wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention because that wasn't my problem nor my business. So I stopped. Well, after blank and blank had their words, after blank and Samaje had their words, Samaje had called me individually and was like, old dude dead wrong for doing that, and other dude is wrong for doing that because old dude started it and told me to do this and do this. Me not picking sides because it wasn't my place, nor my business. So I left it alone. Yeah. So I left it alone. Then later that day, they called. Samaje called me again with the screenshots. Okay, boom, da. And Samaje sent me the screenshots, and I was like, yo, what is this? And I'm like, I'm not really too much worried about it because it ain't got shit to do with me. Doop. Cool. Well, it was around 10 that night. Samaje, no, the whole group chat called. And at this point, at this point, the group chat call is Pop, Samaje, Mars, me, and Quay now. Caleb gone, Aaliyah gone, Thomas gone, all of them gone. So boom. We all in there. And they call, they ring everybody and everybody come. Alright, boom. They get to discussing, arguing, going back and forth. And y'all, this cranberry juice hit. So but they get to arguing, discussing and shit. Like the normal shit. The next day, they was like, McKenna, no, they had kept calling my phone. they consistently kept calling my phone, talking about, no, they kept calling my phone, yeah. And I was like, what? I'm doing something. Like, but I had said, what? I'm doing something. Like, in like, not like an attitude, but it was like, yo, I'm doing something. Like, it was stern. And they had called Quay phone. And at the time, me and Quay were both doing something. It was like, I didn't know what he was doing, and he didn't know what I was doing, but we were like doing stuff. We wasn't doing nothing together, but we were just doing stuff individually. And they kept calling, they kept ringing, they kept calling, they kept ringing, and I was like, damn, y'all playing tick for tick. They kept calling. Then they would, when I got in there, they would leave, and then they kept calling, and they would leave, and they kept calling. And I said, I'm not finna play tick for tack with y'all. I'm not doing it, and I'm not finna go back and forth with y'all over no little stupid shit. So, that happened, and after they was calling and hanging up, when I answered, I stayed in there and was like, I don't know why y'all acting like little ass kids, why y'all calling and hanging up. If y'all wanted to talk, just say that, but y'all could talk later because I'm doing something. And, like, right, because Quay had said the same thing, he was doing something, and they didn't care. They didn't give a fuck. And it was like, yo, I'm doing something. So if I don't answer the phone, y'all gonna keep ringing me. But when I answer, you leave. Like, y'all being little ass kids. And, boom. I don't know what happened to escalate to, what the fuck escalated to. But things had gotten heated on Samaj's side. On Samaj's part. And Samaj and Quay. Something happened with Samaj and Quay. I don't remember what happened for real, but it was like something happened to the point where Samaj had said something about Quay making threats to him, and that he got all the screen records of the FaceTime call. He got screen records of the FaceTime call of Quay making death threats towards him and tell him that he's gonna kill him and all that other stuff. And I was like, Samaj, if you got screen records of a FaceTime call talking about somebody making death threats towards you, you can lock them up. You're not only they are gonna get locked up or whatever, if your evidence is true, you can get locked up. Because if we're not being correct in the beginning of the video, in the beginning of the whole thing, Samaj was sending death threats through text to somebody else. Samaj also was doing other things that I can't speak on, was also doing other things through text, sending pictures, showing on FaceTime, was doing other stuff to people that could get him locked up. If we're being honest. Samaj wanted to involve the police. And boom. He was like, yo, my family member is a judge or whatever. They work with the feds or whatever, da-da-da-da. So Samaj told Quay that he gonna get him locked up, da-da-da-da-da. So he told it through text, and I'm really disappointed that I don't got the screenshots. But Samaj had told Quay, all I gotta do is give them your phone number. Oh, wait, I did. I left the group chat because I wasn't finna. That shit was federal as fuck to me. Like, what are you doing? You're being federal. You're being a motherfucking police ass dude. Like, what are you doing? So I left every group chat that I was in. I left all of them because I wasn't finna have my name dragged into none of that. I left. Everybody else stayed, but I was gone. So it was like, y'all could text now, but I'm not finna text back because it ain't got shit to do with me. So I left. Samaj said that he involved the police, but the screenshots that he had sent were from text now. Which was stupid, and he didn't think we was gonna catch on. Nigga text now himself or somebody else's phone to say that he was the police, and old dude was from said that he was police, and that Quay did this. But my thing is, if the text messages was real, why you didn't know what city Quay stayed in? You just said do a state and you didn't say the city. If it was real, why you didn't give proof of evidence? But the thing, look, listen, another thing. Samaj said that his auntie and them, or whatever his family member, had tracked somebody from Quay's other phone who was gonna hit the lick on it, or hit the hitman on Samaj. They had tracked his phone and got somebody's number, not knowing that it was a text. Now he sent me the screenshot, and I was like, okay, well, I'm sending the Quay, cause like, the fuck is I'm supposed to do with these screenshots? They ain't got shit to do with me.
If it ain't about me, let's kiki.
So it was what it was. It did what it did, and it happened what the fuck it happened. Everybody said that Samaj was a police ass nigga, because everybody knew he was. Everybody knew he was acting like that. And for the fact that was crazy is that didn't nobody know that Samaj was really acting like a police ass nigga. And that was my crazy part, because I didn't know Samaj was a police ass nigga. I didn't know that but like I said, I didn't know the Samaj was a police ass nigga. Nobody like wondered that. Not even his Mars didn't know. Neither did Pop know. So it was like, what the fuck? Like, you really gonna get the police involved over some little shit that y'all keep bringing up, little stupid ass arguments. So it was like, I don't got shit to do with it, but you better keep my name out of it. So when that happened, I don't know who I was on the phone with. I was in the middle of making a little YouTube video. Hell yeah. And look who calls me. Mars. He called me. He regular called me and was like, I don't know what Samaj got going, but I need to hear somebody else's side, cause something. And I was like, yeah, Samaj involving the police over some little shit, and Mars get serious, like he didn't say nothing. I mean, he said shit, but it was like little shit, cause they play like that. I don't play like that, but they play like that. So Mars was like, whatever Samaj do, tell him don't involve my name, because I'm not into none of that shit. Like, everything I said was playful. Because I told Mars, like, yo, if Samaj tell on, say Quay did this or did that, y'all can get in trouble, because y'all also send death threats. Y'all told somebody to go kill themselves. So what the fuck? Telling them go kill themselves. You got videos and screenshots. You calling them this. Samaj, not only you, but Mars gonna go down too. And Mars said, oh no, I'm not, because I play like that. Like, I don't know what the fuck they think that's playing, but to me that shit ain't playing. Why the fuck is you gonna tell somebody to go kill themselves? Go to the Baba Bridge. Go, I'm gonna run you over. Go do all that. Like, that shit is not playing. To me, that shit's not playing. Like, you're doing too fucking much at this point. You're doing too much. But ain't none of my business. Then Mars just kept saying, don't put me in under that. Don't put me in under that. I'm gonna have to cut Samaj off. I didn't know Samaj was a police ass nigga. And boom. Samaj was playing with everybody, talking about he know the police and he all this and all that. But yeah, I can't really say too much. Because this is YouTube. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm gone.